So let's say you can't go out in the sun for an extended period of time to get your vitamin D. And let's just say that you don't like the taste of fish or you are vegan or vegetarian and you don't eat fish and you can't get your vitamin D. And let's just say that you can't or you won't eat vitamin D fortified cereal, which I don't recommend. But so what else can you do? Well, you can actually eat mushrooms. Mushrooms have the highest amount of vitamin D2, plant source vitamin D, of most of the plant sources. So we're going to be talking about several different types of mushrooms that not only are good to increase the vitamin D in your body, but also that are actually very good for your skin. Stay tuned. So I tried to gather a list of mushrooms that are the easiest to find in grocery stores, easiest to cook with in a variety of recipes, as well as these specific mushrooms that were actually in clinical studies that were used for hydration, anti-aging, anti-inflammatory, and brightening. And it's a very short list because I know this video would go on and on. I realize there are other mushrooms, actually thousands of probably different varieties that you can use, but again, these are the ones that I have come up with that you could easily find. The first one is a Japanese mushroom called shiitake. You can find them both fresh and dried in most grocery stores. And here's a pro tip. If you are not sure if the shiitake mushrooms that you are purchasing they were raised outdoors, what you can do is you can actually expose them out in the sun or under UVB lamp to increase the vitamin D levels even after that you purchase them, and that will be a little bit later in the video. Shiitake actually is known for helping to brighten the skin because of its kojic acid in the shiitake. It actually is a tyrosinase inhibitor, and it actually reduces the amount of melanin that can be produced in the skin and is a very well-known skin brightener. It actually is an anti-inflammatory, antihistamine, anti-allergenic. It actually promotes skin healing and boosts hydration in the skin. And of course, most importantly, it actually really helps boost the immune system. Oh, and careful. Some people have developed what's called shiitake dermatitis or flagellate dermatitis. And basically what that is you can develop a rash that looks like you're being whipped from eating fresh shiitake mushrooms or slightly undercooked shiitake mushrooms. I personally like to have them fully cooked or use them as stock, but that's just a note just in case those of you develop a rash. It's not that you may be allergic to the actual shiitake mushrooms, it's because they maybe have been slightly undercooked or raw. Try cooking them first. Okay, here is a tip on how to increase the vitamin D in your shiitake mushrooms. And this is actually a clinical study that was done, so you're more than welcome to do it. So the first thing that you do with the fresh mushrooms is that you would slice the shiitake mushrooms, the fresh mushrooms. Then you're going to lay them out on a tray and you're going to expose them out in the sun for 60 minutes. Or if you have a UVB lamp, you can go ahead and expose the fresh mushrooms to the UVB lamp. And that is a way that you can increase your consumption of vitamin D too. And just a side note is that the UVB lamp was shown to significantly increase the levels of vitamin D2, not the UVA or UVC. This clinical study, which I'll put in the links below, was specifically done on button mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms. If you are liking this type of information, then please go ahead and give us a thumbs up on our video, and please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. So according to one source, it said that more than 40% of the US population is deficient in vitamin D, and over 50% is deficient in the world's population of vitamin D. And actually, most of the commercially produced mushrooms in the US, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, as well as Europe, are deficient in the vitamin D in their mushrooms. especially in the US, those white button mushrooms that you commonly see at the grocery store, those that are commercially raised are typically raised in the dark. So when they measured that mushroom, it actually showed as low as 1 microgram of vitamin D. Now the maitake mushroom is called a dancing mushroom, and it's the hen of the woods, resembling a fan-like hen tail. It's high in vitamin C and antioxidants, rich in polysaccharides, and clinical studies have shown immune-boosting anti-tumor properties. And the vitamin D fraction has a strong effect on the immune system. It also has beta-glucans as an anti-inflammatory. Beech mushrooms, also known as Buna shimeji, are higher in antioxidants, powerful antioxidant selenium, which neutralizes free radicals. It's also rich in natural vitamin Bs, directly related to the skin's health, pantothenic acid, riboflavin, niacin, and as well as beta-glucan and copper, which is key to collagen production. The last one is reishi, and reishi has high levels of beta-glucan, triterpenes, special sugars in mushrooms that boost the immune system and also boost the skin's natural ability to retain moisture, which helps soothe and plump dry skin. Overall, mushrooms have an anti-inflammatory, antihistamine, anti-allergenic, and antimicrobial properties to it. So it also not only promotes in skin humectants and skin healing, it also promotes immune boosting properties and just overall wellness of the body. So overall, your diet should not be completely dependent upon supplements, and that's why they're called supplements, is to supplement your diet. So if you can't get enough vitamin D just from eating mushrooms, then you can also supplement with nutritional supplements that are made out of whole foods, and we're going to go into it a little bit later, but you can go ahead and check out this playlist right here as far as food and aging of the skin. And remember, makeup is an art, skincare is a science. See you in the next video.